Hey everybody, it's Debbie with Debbie D Stamp Studio. Sorry to keep anyone waiting. If you tuned in, I got a phone call from a friend and we chatted for a little while. So sorry to be a little bit late. So today's card a day is going to be masculine card using the Well Dressed stamp set. This is a celebration set. Can be one of your choices when you place a qualifying order. I love this set. It's great for masculine cards. And so I've got one card to make for you, and then I have a few more to show you that I've put together. So the only card that we're going to make today is using Night of Navy cardstock. Hi, Maureen. And then I have pulled in the Country Club Designer Series paper. And I just wanted to show you this paper. It's a golf theme, but on the other side are great argyles and plaids. So we've got little golf carts. We've got some golf emblems and golf bags and golf balls and tees and flags. And then we have one that it's a 12 by 12 line drawings that you can color in or use as they are in the black and white. So those are the golf theme. And then on the other side is a really nice green plaid, a gray argyle, a colorful argyle, a blue plaid, and then a blue and green argyle, and then another colorful large argyle, larger. So even though this is golf theme paper, you don't have to use it for golf cards. Hi, Joan. So this is where the Designer Series paper came from that I'm going to use on the card today. So I've got my Night of Navy card base, and then I've got the blue argyle and the blue plaid. And then I have a couple other pieces here. So the first thing, we're just going to adhere this down to our card. And so this is going to be the top half of the card. So we're just going to put this up here at the top. Move it down a little bit. And I'm not going to press that down. Well, yes, I can because these don't meet. So I am going to press it down. And then I have the blue plaid for the bottom part of the card. And then I'm going to put this at the bottom. And now, to cover up the space here, I just have a thin strip of the Night of Navy cardstock. And so I'll just add that across there to cover up the seam. And I cut this just a little bit longer than what I needed. That way I can flip it over and then trim it off. And then it gives me a nice smooth edge along the edge of my card. Okay, so now, let's see, we're going to stamp the hat in Night of Navy on my little scrap of basic gray. So ink that up really well, and then I'm just going to stamp that right in the center. And when you're stamping on the cardstock, you want to hold your stamp down to the paper just a little bit longer than like the Whisper White or Very Vanilla, so that that ink can soak into the cardstock. So now I'm just going to fussy cut this hat, and it's really not too difficult. It's pretty straight cutting. And remember, when you're fussy cutting, that you want to move your paper around rather than your scissors. So I'm turning my paper as I'm cutting here. And that gives you a nice smooth line. Okay. Trim that little point off. I don't want that all pointy. Okay, so now we have our little hat. And now I have a green, garden green piece that I punched with the Starburst punch, and then a white circle that I punched out with the 2-inch circle punch, and those layer together really nicely. Hi, Juanita. And I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday. And I got this Happy Birthday from the Sending You Thoughts set. This is a celebration set that you can earn with. Okay, and then we can go ahead and put that together, layer those together. Okay. And before I put that on my card, I pulled out the Country Club twine, and there's actually 4 colors that come in that package. There's black, Poppy Parade, Night of Navy, and Garden Green. So I'm going to use the Garden Green to coordinate with my paper, and I'm just going to add a couple of loops. So let's see, I'm going to use 4 fingers and just do a couple loops and cut that off. And pinch that together in the middle to make 2 loops at the top and 2 loops at the bottom. And then I'm going to add that to the back of my circle. So I'm just going to lay that on my card. And then using my dimensionals, I'm going to hold those pieces in place. The pieces of twine in a couple places. Okay, and then add 1 more dimensional here. So now when I put this down on my card, that twine will stay in place. Oh, having trouble getting those papers off. Okay, so now I'm just going to put this right over the blue strip and line that up and press that down. And okay. So now I've got my little hat, my gentleman's hat, and I'm going to add a dimensional to the one corner that's going to go off the edge of the circle, and then kind of layer that on top of, oops, now you can't see my twine. Well, that's fine. So layer that on there, and there you go. So that's a pretty simple masculine card using the hat from the Well Dressed set. And then I wanted to share with you some of the other cards that I made using other pieces of that set. I have the Smoky Slate and Basic Gray using the Gray Argyle, and then I've just stamped the ties 3 times with Memento, and then with the Tailored Tag Punch I used white embossing powder and embossed the Happy Birthday. And then another one, I used that small colorful Argyle and Garden Green. This is a white card base with Garden Green and then the Designer Series paper, and then a strip of Garden Green, and just stamped the hat. And this Happy Birthday is from Perennial Birthday, and I thought it was perfect for that card. And that's stamped in Garden Green. And then this one, I used 3 of the images and the green plaid, and this is a Garden Green card with a Night of Navy layer and then the green plaid. And then I've stamped the 3 images and matted them on Night of Navy. And then I added the 3 little elements here. These are from the Happiness Blooms enamel dots. And last night during my live, I talked about some of the in color items that will be going away with the end of this catalog. And the Happiness Blooms elements have 3 of the in colors in it that are going away. So these will be going away as well. And these are in the annual catalog. And you get 150 pieces with that package. There's 10 each of 5 colors. So they're really fun and bright, nice to add to cards. And then the last card, I saw this on another demonstrator had made this, and I just loved it. So I copied it, but I made mine just a little bit different. But this is just stamping the watch over and over and over and creating your own what looks like designer series paper. And then I used the You're a Classic from Geared Up Garage. And I stamped it with Versamark, used white embossing powder and my heat tool to get the saying in white. And then these are the same metallic pearls like I've used the past couple of cards. So that is well dressed. There's 5 masculine cards ready to go, and a lot of times masculine cards are the hardest to do, but with this set it makes it super easy, and some good designer series paper. So I hope you are all staying safe at home and healthy and enjoying some stamping time, and I will see you all again soon. Thanks you so much for watching.